Let's talk about some of the amenities there. If they're going to stop in at a Bosselman, amenity-wise, what are they going to see? What are they going to get?
Well, I mean, most of our locations are full-service operations.
Yeah.
So we have a heavy emphasis on cleanliness, heavy emphasis on our restrooms being up to date and taken care of. We're heavy into the food business, so we have fast food. We have a new restaurant concept we're coming out this summer in our Des Moines, Iowa location. So we're going to be kicking that thing off, and so we try to have that extra little bit of flair that you wouldn't have somewhere else.
Yeah, and that's what I felt when I was at Grand Island. When I sat down in the restaurant, I felt relaxed. I didn't feel, because sometimes you sit down at a restaurant and you still kind of have a little bit of, you don't know what to expect from the staff or anything, and everything just felt like they were communicating with me on a personal level. That's got to be something where you guys are constantly communicating with anybody who is working there. Any of your staff has to know that. You guys have some staff, in fact, that have been around for a while, right?
Oh yeah, we've got long-term people, many of them 20 years plus.
Yeah.
In fact, when I talk to people in the industry and we talk turnover ratios,
right.
Our staff, people are amazed at where we're at. But our restaurants, it's named after my grandmother.
Yeah.
Our operations have our last name on it, so it's important to us. Like I tell them in all our meetings that, that's my name out there. So you're representing our family.
Yeah.
And it's important to us that it's represented well.
Well, it's important to the drivers that you guys constantly remind yourselves of that, because it brings them that type of service. And that's the one thing over the years that I hear from drivers is sometimes I feel like I don't belong when I walk into a place. And you have to feel that when you're a driver, because your home is the road. Your home is that next stop. That's where you're going to be. You might be there for a few hours. You might be there for a day or two. And they really want to feel that. And I think you guys have really nailed that. I think you guys have done such a great job at doing that.
Well, it's not just me. I'm telling you, we've got some great staff that work for us. They do an exceptional job.
Yeah. When it comes to the Bosch shops, obviously technology with engines, I mean, these technicians have to be top of their job. You mentioned constantly putting them through training and everything else. It's a different job than being a technician was 62 years ago.
Yeah, I mean you can't just be the typical grease monkey, let's call it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean you got to know what's going on. The technology's changed. It's going to continue to change, and we got to be on top of it. And it's critical. I mean, I'll tell you this, since we've made this change and expanded in our shop network.
Yeah.
Our HR department's doubled because we knew first off that we were going to have to do a lot of training.
Yeah.
And we're hitting that hard right now because it's important. They got to know what's going on, and it changes every day.
Yeah. For some of the newer drivers that are out there on the road and they're looking for that personal touch, and you want them to come by, give us some locations here, some of your big locations. Where can they stop in? Grand Island, I mentioned, of course.
Yeah, Grand Island's where our headquarters is, and it's our biggest location.
Yeah.
And then for truck stops, and then we also have a truck stop in Des Moines, Iowa, Big Springs, Nebraska, Salina, Kansas, Rapid City, South Dakota.
Yeah.
And our newest one is in Colby, Kansas.
Yeah.
And then we also have Wood River and Elm Creek, Nebraska, which are right in the middle there.
Yeah.
And then shops, we since we've taken over the Flying J network, we now have Boss Truck shops from Arizona all the way to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So it's given us a big footprint, a big growth for us, more than doubling our size in that network. But we saw an opportunity there to grow our network and offer our services elsewhere, and we decided that it was something we've been in that business for 62 years. My great uncle ran our shops for us back in 1948. So it's not something that we're just giving lip service to. But the shop business is almost one of our primary businesses anymore, and that we have a lot of concentration on that.
Well, you guys are doing a great job. I know the drivers do appreciate it, too, and I hear them talking about it. They mention the name, and they really do appreciate it as well. And we appreciate your time today. Charlie, thank you so much. Our best to Chuck and the entire staff there, the family, everybody. Congratulations. We hope to talk to you again soon.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Thank you, Charlie.